Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you today? So we have another wedding today, so I emigrated again. So before we start, I just wanted to remind you that that if there are new people here, um, that everything that you want to know about this path and what we are doing and all the links you need to have for this, and also if you want to help me to be here to do what I'm doing, if you want to help in any way, in the blog you have all the information of how to do that and how to share it. So remember that the blog is www.yo soy, which is I am in Spanish, dot red, like the color red, but in Spanish means network. Okay, so www.yosoy.red. Bueno, y recuerden que allí, para todos los que se van sumando solamente en YouTube, les recuerdo que allí todos los días posteo un texto, ¿sí? Un post referente al tema que vamos a hablar en las transmisiones. And remember that every day in this blog I post about the topic that we are going to talk in every transmission, every live streaming today. So just to remind you, tomorrow at 3 p.m. my time, I will try to do the video, the streaming, explaining the 12 systems. This will be recorded, so don't worry, you won't lose it. It will be here in this channel. Okay. So let's go to the topic for today, which is wisdom. So the first thing that I want for you to understand is why we relate wisdom with the throat chakra, and this is because even if wisdom in English comes from the expression of bringing clarity. In Latin, the word wisdom comes from savor. Okay, so the flavors of the things. So this means that once you inherit things, you have to taste them, you have to perceive them, and once you taste them, you know if they are good, if they are bad. So wisdom would be the way in which our body interprets what is outside to integrate in the within. So that's the sense of taste. So taste would be the same thing of like wisdom. So acknowledging that, what we are going to do is to make a difference between knowledge and wisdom. So first thing, to understand the difference between knowledge and wisdom is that knowledge comes from the words conozco. Conozco. That's the origin of know, of the word know, and it's in Latin, and this means to put all the things that are outside together, join them. And so the perception of knowledge is something that it's in the outside and that you bring within, that you take from the outside and you bring within. And the concept of wisdom is when you take something from within and you express it in the outside. So it's the opposite. So this means that knowledge is expressed in the world outside, which is the positive, and wisdom is in the world within, which is the negative. So in order to understand how this emerges, we have to go again to the origin of the universe. So first of all, let's try to remember that the universe is like this blank, like this page in blank, where everything is connected, where everything is one. So there's no things to compare. So the universe is basically only one thing, the void and the everything, all together in one spot. So this means that the consciousness of the universe, the mind of the universe, can see and perceive everything within. So that's why the universe by nature is a wise being, is wisdom, okay? That's all the thing that it is. It has the wisdom of everything. This universal being, with this awareness, with this consciousness, knows everything, so has wisdom upon everything, but it never experienced anything. So it needs a point of reference to understand what it knows, the wisdom that it has within. So what this being, the universe, does is to say, I need this other point of reference. So it divides itself in two, creating another one in the outside. So from the void of the consciousness creates the positive, the whole, the everything. So we have the negative and the positive, the void and the whole. And that's what the consciousness will call the unconscious. And why is that? Because the unconscious is the movement of this consciousness, but pushed by another one. Okay? Is pushed by the other one. So we are positive and negative. So now my movement will depend on the movement of on the other one. So that's why this is called the unconscious. Once this positive and negative starts to move forward one to another, it starts to move, creating a network, creates like a pendulum, different paths and ways to connect to each other. So this creates a whole network or matrix of thoughts that we call the memories of the universe, and also is called the subconscious. The subconscious will be all the information, the data of every step that this consciousness has done through the movement in the unconscious. Let's remember that that the universe is this blank, is this void. So why is the void? Because imagine that the universe is like this paper and blank, okay? So when you have the paper, it's the whole, because that's all you have, okay? But also it's in blank, so there's nothing. So that's why we call that the whole and the void at the same time, because the universe is basically that, is only that, is the void and the everything at the same time, is this blank paper. But then when I begin with the unconscious, I divide this paper blank and I face these two options. So I create the duality of void and the duality of whole. So that's why we project in positive and negative the void and the whole. But it's the same thing. I just bend it. So what happened? That once that I have the unconscious, I keep going on bending the shapes so much and so much that I create so many shapes that's the ground that we call the subconscious. So picture this, that this universe, this self, the divine, that was so wise because within it can find all the answers, now it projected in the outside all the shapes that we can call the questions. So this means that the divine is like this light that irradiates everywhere, but when the subconscious starts to bend and to have these wrinkles, we create the shadows. And those shadows will create the questions, the doubts, the conflicts that the divine will face. So the question would be, why this being that has all the wisdom would like to create all this, the conflicts? And it's simple. This is simple, because someone that is wise, that has all the clues of everything, has all the chances to create, to manifest, to express itself, and to try to do it in a different way, to experience what he knows. So that's why it creates, and it says, I can maybe do better. The reason why the wise universe would do this is because a wise being would know that the answers are not the whole thing, that the answers are just answers, but the real process, the real wisdom is awakening through the discovery, awakening through to be amused by things. This is why the wise being says, I can do it in another way. I think I can do it differently. So what the universe does in order to find a better way to do things is to take wisdom and divide wisdom in tiny little pieces all around the universe. And that's what we call knowledge. Knowledge is the wisdom spread in little tiny pieces all around the universe. What the universe does by separating all this is that it starts to open the game so we could understand how to become unique in this universe. And basically it would be like this. The universe has some laws. There are laws in the universe. The basic one are the 7 that for sure we all know. We will speak about it. So this is like a game. The universe is a game, and this game has rules in the game, okay? It's like, for example, football, okay? So you have some rules in football. You should not go against the rules of the play. You have to play under the rules. But there are people in the game that makes the difference because of their gifts, because of their strategy. They can do different things. They can improve the game, even respecting the rules. So, for example, in also in art or in music, even if there are so many artists and so many musicians, there are a few that makes the difference. And that's because some people, even if their rules are the same, they know how to use it differently. And that's why the universe creates the free will. The free will is to, even if you have these rules, you are able to make the difference. So this is why the universe, knowing everything, decides to divide itself and to live the experience in these realities, so it can improve itself, its own vision of the potentiality that it have within. So the image of the universe creating the wisdom from us, from our point of view of matter, is very different, because from our point of view we are like looking for the wisdom and looking for the universe, and we are willing to arrive to the origin of everything and to finish all this. And this is why when we have an awakening, we start to look for knowledge. We start to look, to learn, to make a lot of things, to read many things, to watch many things, so we can take a lot of information, so we can nourish ourselves with a lot of data, until the moment that you cannot receive any more data and you start to share data. So you are awakening the wisdom, okay? This process can be thousands of years of acknowledging, learning, grabbing information from everywhere, until then you start to share it. And at some point you will find the origin of everything by wisdom. You will connect with the core of everything. And the question there would be, and now what? What's next? What do you do when you arrive to the origin? When we arrived to the other side of the universe, to origin, the question would, the answer would be, well, I have to start to create again, because now I have everything, so I am able to manifest by my own, to create again. So you start to manifest again, to create again. So now picture the origin of this universe we are in. The universe itself got a point of wisdom where the universe said, now it's my time to try it, to create. So it started to create again, to manifest new realities. And this creation gives the freedom to manifest, to create, to be creative, but it gives some rules. And for example, in music, you have some rules. You have 12 notes, and these 12 notes, you can use it. You can use it anywhere. You can use it as you want. Okay, so you have 12 notes, which are the laws of this universe, and from the notes you can create instruments to play them. You can create music to play, and you can be also original doing the music. Okay, so you can just do many thousands of things with these notes. So the universe is about to be creative, to know what we are capable of with the tools that we have. So the question now is, so how can I find this wisdom? Well, the wisdom that we all have is a tiny particle that we all, every little being in the universe has within, which is the ability to be original, the ability to awake a potential, okay, which is a part of this wisdom. That wisdom from the origin, the whole wisdom was divided in tiny particles, and each one of us has one particle of wisdom. So that's our uniqueness, that's our gift. So that's the knowledge that we have within and that we share outside. That's our potentiality by our own. How can I awake the wisdom that I have within? Well, if the wisdom is within, it means that it's negative. So the only way I can take out the negative is by its polarity, the positive. So what I have to look for is the energy outside in the positive. And that's what we call knowledge. So every book you read, every movie, every course you take, every education, everything that you learn, everything you are looking for outside in order to learn is the positive that you will take within and awake the potential of your wisdom by magnetism. Like what we are doing right now here, for example. Myself, I am here giving wisdom, but this is my wisdom because it's inside of me. For you is knowledge, so you take this as knowledge, not as wisdom. I share my wisdom and you take from that the knowledge, but you also have wisdom within, that if you share your wisdom, I will receive it as knowledge, so I can learn too. So this is education, okay? So this is why there's no person or wise person and that's it. Like I am wise and that's it, or this person is wise. No, nobody's wise at all. We all are wise in something, and we are all students in something different. So there's nobody that has all the wisdom, not even the same universe, not even the same God. Wisdom is to recognize, to understand that you have something to give, and the other ones have something to give too. So that's the process of sharing, learning. So because from the very origin of the universe, we all are spark of wisdom. So what we are doing, sharing knowledge, is just to improve our wisdom. So that would be the concept of wisdom. So for example, if you make me make a sum now, like I don't know, 5 plus 7, my brain just stops. I can't. There's no particle of wisdom in numbers in my head. Nothing, not even in my cells. So so we all have something to learn. The vibration for today is Ye. The statement for today is I am reality's dimension, or the dimension of reality. The code for today is the octahedron. It says, inside the cube, in the conjunction of both tetrahedrons, originates the small octahedral figure, the seed of the tree of life. According to the Atlantean vision, this represents the ether, the essence that originates everything in the cosmos, that has the divine potential of creation. It has 12 edges, 8 faces, and 6 vertices, which complement the vision of the cube, basis of the universe related with its space, 12, and its time, 8, and its attributes and gifts, 6. Okay. So let's go. Sit comfortable. Focus only in my breathing. And I remind that I am below the ground, in the mud, that I have become a seed between the roots of the tree of life. And I absorb all the nutrients of the mud. I perceive how I extend my roots in the mud, and I also extend straight the first leaves, reaching for the light above. I listen to the animals in the forest and around it. I go higher as the trunk of the tree, going through the branches and the leaves. With my hands, I accompany the flowering of my plant above the tree into the sky, looking at the sun. As I open the flower, slowly, with every breathing, I can see the forest from above and the savanna in the horizon. I can feel every animal, bird and insect. I go higher and higher as I see the forest below. The savanna on its horizon. As I reach the clouds where the eagles fly, I can see far away the ocean and the coast, and around me the light of the sun surrounding me in white and light blue. I go higher, outside in the outer space, and looking down, I can see that the light now is shining on the ground, on earth. As I get higher, I see also Europe, Middle East, Asia. And as I go around the planet, I start to see the Americas, the Pacific Ocean, Oceania, and Antarctica. And I become aware that the earth is my body, that the earth is my reality. And I sing to this reality that I am. And I recognize that in this world I can find all the knowledge that I am waiting to take, as this world is also waiting for me to deliver to it my wisdom. And with my hands, I take the world and I bring it into my throat, taking all its knowledge and awakening the wisdom within me. I am the dimension of reality. I am the dimension of reality. I am the dimension of reality. Softly, I take my hands to my heart. And I recognize myself as the wisdom that delivers knowledge to the world. I see, I see, I see. Now I can see the reality. I see. Take a deep breath and softly you come back here and now, caressing each part of the body, bringing this consciousness to each part of my physical body. And I open my eyes. So I take all this knowledge, and when I go to sleep, I set attention to awaken my own wisdom. Thank you everybody for being there, for being part, and see you tomorrow, as always, at the same time.